viewers, and welcome back to ScreenBugs. I'm Justin.
I'm Kai.
And this is the podcast where we review films from all years and genres. But we've got one rule, Kai. What is that rule, Kai?
We will only look at a film if it has a bug in it. Any capacity, main character, it appears on screen for a second. If it's got a bug, we're gonna look at it. And what film are we doing today?
Today, we're watching a film with perhaps too many bugs in it. Joe's Apartment, directed by John Payson.
So, yeah, this is crazy because obviously we've gone from doing Spider-Man, the biggest film currently, to Joe's Apartment, which is I don't know if anyone's heard of that. I've never heard of it.
The least watched film in human history.
I mean, it's interesting because this is MTV's first film.
That
they ever did.
And God, can you tell?
You can really. That's my first note. I've written MTV's film, brackets, you can tell. It's a very odd film. This is a musical comedy, which is something. And it follows Joe, a guy who's moved from presumably the countryside to New York, and he's looking for somewhere to live, and he finds an apartment. But his apartment is riddled with these talking, singing, dancing cockroaches. Which is already a fantastic premise.
Now, I believe this film is based on a short film.
No way, genuinely.
It was like a few minute long just sketch of this guy who lives with cockroaches has got a date coming around.
Yeah.
And they're interfering with the date. It's like 5 minutes. It's a really good short comedy sketch.
Did you watch it? Have you seen it?
I watched it.
You're doing homework.
And dare I start with this? My thing I felt because I watched it after watching the full film, and I thought, wow, they didn't need to make this a feature film. They didn't need to do this.
Yeah. Spoiler warning ahead. This film's from 1996. If you've not seen it, I wouldn't be surprised.
You're about 3 decades late, mate.
But also, if you don't want to be spoiled, go watch it. Come back. It's on like YouTube and Amazon for like £3. I pirated it. So yeah, don't. It's an hour and a half. It's a musical comedy. Nothing
bangers in it. To be fair,
nothing in this film isn't what I expected. I was not surprised by this film at all.
Yeah.
However, I was pleasantly surprised by how quite charming it was, because we start off with this big pan of New York City, and they're talking about like
musical number.
And then it goes to the Statue of Liberty, and there's this little cockroach and they start singing.
Yeah.
It's like, welcome to Joe's Apartment. But all the cockroaches have like Alvin and the Chipmunk voices.
I do love the intro, even though we'll get into it, but the voices do get fucking great.
They lose their charm so quickly.
But the intro song is really good. I really liked it.
Some of the musical numbers in this, and mind you, there's like 4 in the whole film. Then they don't need to be there. They're not particularly groundbreaking.
And they're quite
charming
long as well.
They overstay their welcome quite a bit. There's not much plot in this film. They probably got about 40 minutes of plot, and they went, shit, we need a feature-length film. Let's just put in some songs.
I think the novelty of this film is the cockroaches. The actual plot is just some plot.
It's some bullshit. Like
it's just, love interest. Job hunt. Impress the girl. Like you've seen it a million times.
The plot is so like bare bones. Joe needs to find an apartment. He needs to find a job. He needs to find a girl, and he needs to impress the girl
whilst avoiding the 2 oogly booglies.
The 2 thugs.
The people who want to kill him for some reason, like murder him for some reason.
I will say one thing about this film is there's some really solid jokes early on that really made me laugh. I really like the gag of Joe arriving in the city, and it's like this like narrated voiceover, like a letter to his mum. And he's like, Mum, I've arrived safely in New York City. And then he gets mugged immediately by this guy, and he like shakes it off. And then he goes, Mum, I've arrived in New York City, and he gets mugged again. And then he says like, Mum, I've arrived. Before he can even finish, he gets mugged a 3rd time. And then the whole bit of the joke, and then he just goes, Mum, send money. That's a really strong joke to start, I think.
Yeah,
and that really
like
they really set up Joe as a quite like this like down on his luck guy quite quickly. And I really like Joe as a character. I thought he was really charming.
Yeah. Played by Jerry O'Connor.
I've never seen in anything, but his face.
I recognise his face, but I don't know where from.
I think he was a talk show host. I think looking into it, I think he's had his own like show where he was the kind of host of it. So I spent the whole film being like, this guy's face is really, he's got a good face. He's got like these like really like fucking big like eyebrows, and he's kind of like got this like glare.
Yeah.
The whole film. He looks great. I really liked him.
He looks like the guy who played the older brother in iCarly.
Yes!
Yeah.
Maybe that's what I was thinking of. He looks like him a
He
lot.
looks a lot like him.
He does.
Maybe not that much, but in my head, I felt like he did.
But yeah, this film's very punchy with its comedy.
Yeah.
I think, because immediately after that, he goes around New York City looking for a house, and he meets that artist character because he finds this guy
Yeah.
like seemingly dead on the floor, and he goes, "Oh my god!" And the guy sits up and he's like, 2 days it took for people to come look for me.
It's like, I mean, look, with that guy, I feel like he helps the plot chug along by inviting him to this performance and stuff, but
Which didn't need to happen.
I think he's mainly comic relief, but he's not funny enough, in my opinion, to what he's just some guy who keeps showing up and being not that funny.
Yeah, he just he shows up like 3 times in the film and doesn't really add anything to the film other than like, oh, look how weird artists are.
Yeah, it feels like they were like, okay, we're gonna make this feature film out of this short film.
How do we pad it with bullshit?
Well, we need more characters. Let's have the love interest father.
There's some odd secondary characters in this film.
Secrets.
What the fuck was that about? They introduced the love interest dad as like this senator, and he's like looking out the window all like evil and kind of menacingly, and then he unbuttons his shirt and he's got lingerie on, and he kind of like rubs it sensually, and they play to that joke I think twice,
and for just why?
For no reason.
And there's even like the scenes where I guess the whole point of him is that he wants to build a prison,
max security prison.
I feel there's so many elements of this film. Well, here's the thing.
Why couldn't he just build like a car park? Why does it have to be a maximum security prison?
Yeah. And also, his daughter, he obviously cares about. Why not? Because he isn't that invested in it. Why did she not just say, "Dad, actually, can you build this here for me to work on?" And I feel like the character would have said,
Dad,
yes.
build me an AI data center in this. And he goes, yes. Yeah, the film was weird with its plot. The plot, this sounds really stupid. The plot and the characters are not the standout here, and that's most of the film, sadly. The cockroaches, however,
Yeah.
train's back.
I love the train.
What would you do if you heard an explosion, like the train goes and then it explodes? How would you react to that on camera?
I think we'd have to just keep rolling because
The show must go on.
Yeah.
Anything could happen.
The cockroaches are the standout.
Because I really like they mix like practical puppets, stop motion, CGI, and occlusion. I think they hide. They do this really cool thing actually that I really like because it's quite a low budget film where they show the cockroaches talking and moving, but they don't show the cockroaches themselves. They show it as the cockroaches inhabiting like a sock or a can.
A really clever way to save on.
I really like that because
it
makes it more. It gives it so much more personality. Where instead of like this static bug speaking, there's like this it'd be like a sock, but it'll kind of take like a sock puppet appearance and be like, "Hey, Joe," kind of thing.
The magic of the short film, which is what they got the idea from, is it's 99% just them moving under and you just hear the voice on the objects.
I think that works for it to its But I really like that there is these little puppets and stop motion elements as well as the CGI because the CGI doesn't look too bad. It
doesn't take away from it because you know what you're watching.
It's 1996 CGI.
Yeah. And it's MTV.
Yeah, and it's MTV. I'm not expecting. They get away with it for a majority, and especially the songs, I think, and a lot of the wider shots. I really like there's a lot of shots where you can tell they just threw a bunch of cockroaches at the floor and then sped up the footage.
Yeah.
That was an interesting takeaway.
I do kind of feel like maybe they could have like an adult version of A Bug's Life did, rather than trying to force this human plot into it that was really quite half-assed and shit, and wasn't that funny. Why not just make the film about the cockroaches on their own mission without trying to force in Joe as this main character that he's really not feeling that?
There was a lot of things that they could have done really interestingly. Like, I really like the plot point about how the cockroaches can talk and that they can be heard by people.
Yeah, I was just supposed to be a thing when no one can hear them.
Yeah, but because they set it up early that they talk and then he kind of goes, what? And then they start talking to Joe and he starts communicating with them.
And Joe accepts it very quickly.
He does accept it. He's a disgusting person as well. He is a disgusting shit person. Apartment. And he's like, it's like, you, bro, what are you doing? But like, they set it up so that the cockroaches can talk, they just choose not to. Yeah. And that they have like this whole world of cockroaches. And like, I thought it was going to be like, oh, Joe comes friends with the cockroaches and he becomes, because he kind of, as soon as he comes friends with the cockroaches.
King Roach.
Joe, I mean, for a brief period of time, Joe was probably the most powerful person in New York City.
Yeah, I know.
By having every single cockroach under his control, essentially. He's like Ant-Man. but less interesting and less funny.
It's a really weird dynamic between Joe and the cockroaches. Because he does try and kill him multiple times.
A couple times, yeah.
They're just sound with it. They're like, at least you're gross.
They overpower him quite quickly as well, which is quite amusing.
They do.
But there's like this whole bit where the cockroaches have like this whole other, like they've got their own TV station.
I love that.
You love the cockroach porn.
Well, not.
I'm trapping you there.
I love the concept of the cockroach TV station. Yeah. And I just love it's like, what, you've got your own TV station?
It's like, yeah, you're just not allowed to see it because you're not a cockroach. I really like the implications that there's this whole hidden world and that cockroaches are actually kind of powerful, but they just kind of choose not to.
I thought they should have made that the film.
Yeah, this hidden cockroach society.
I didn't for a single second give a shit about any of the human character stories. I didn't. Not even Joe. I don't care about this guy you want to impress, you gross little slobby bastard. Who, by the way, compulsive liar, manipulative to this woman.
He's not a great guy, is he?
Yeah. The cockroaches, at least, they've got sick one-liners and a cool world.
There's some like strange dialogue from the cockroaches especially in regards to the female lead.
Well, yes,
they're a bit perverted cockroaches.
They are extremely perverted.
They're a bit of
freaky little creatures.
Yeah, they are freaky little creatures. Someone agrees.
Yeah, he agrees.
We're having a recurring character of this train. It's not the same train. It'd be funny if it was. It's going back and forth.
I would love for this to just be what happens in every single episode from now on. I do kind of love it.
I mean, we're next to a train station. I'd be surprised if it was silent for a day, to be honest. I hope you, the viewers, enjoy the trains as much as we do. If there's any train heads out there, tell us what kind of make it is and where it's going and where it's come from.
Based off the frequency of the sound. But yeah, no, I feel like the cockroaches, I liked usually when they were on screen, but when they weren't on screen, I just didn't care at all.
What I will ask to you as a proposed question is, as someone who edits videos, what do you think of the editing in this film? I think there's some really creative and kind of unique editing decisions and styles going on. A lot of fun camera work, I think. I think the one of the big standouts was the film. It kind of looks interesting in parts. They do some fun camera work.
I do like a lot of the camera work. One thing I did notice is, even despite me not giving a shit about any of the characters, I thought that's a nice shot.
There's some fun like editing stuff where they do it a couple times where like almost a sticker of the next shot will kind of come into view and then it'll fade into the sticker. It felt very
MTV.
It felt very MTV. That is the best way to describe this film. It is 1996 MTV.
I did love the visual motif every time he passes on the bus and the camera follows his perspective and goes past the alleyway.
And you get the same glimpse he does.
That was good. They had some technically that's some really great people working on this, obviously.
What's what I mean with the
writing department needed to be replaced.
The writing and the acting isn't great, but I think the practical effects and the editing, all the kind of like behind the scenesy stuff was really well done, but it's just sad that the main focus in like the plot and the characters aren't fantastic.
It's a case of some great ingredients, but just shit chef. Yeah. That's it. That's exactly it. No offense to the director, whose name I've forgotten.
There's just the plot kind of just happens in this film because obviously because all this stuff about the fucking urinal cakes as well. Joe getting a job at a urinal cake factory, and then 15 minutes later we find out that the urinal cake factory has been taken over by a female sanitary products company, and that's the end of that plot line completely.
Yeah.
Even though that was like a big moment because Joe has been looking for a job throughout the whole film.
This film was written by the director, and on the page, usually on Wikipedia with the director, you can click the blue link and see all the other works.
He's not
got a page.
There's no other works. So is this his only thing he did? I wonder if this film did well.
I don't know. I wonder. But I did look at like Rotten Tomatoes and things afterwards. It's not looking good.
Is it not a well-acclaimed film?
It's not a well-acclaimed film. The director has no Wikipedia link, and he's the writer and director, and it's the first MTV film. I can only imagine some guy at MTV was like, and no offense if you're like an acclaimed, like maybe there's another reason why there wasn't a link there, but it feels to me like a guy at MTV's like, that short film I made last year, let me just
give it a go.
Let's make it an hour and a half.
It wasn't really set up to be a success, I guess, was it? It's not exactly
mainly by having a shit script. It was set to be a success. Sorry, that's rude.
What do you mean, sorry? We were reviewing the film and you're allowed to talk about the elements of the film.
I forgot I'm allowed to critique.
You're allowed to. It's okay. We don't have to make a full apology every video.
I think just it should have been maybe like maybe just an hour, or you can't really sell a film that's an hour long, can you?
No, that's what I mean. I think an hour, it couldn't have been longer than an hour and a half.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't have been as long as it was.
It should have just been a short film. You know, like they nailed the first time around.
I reckon whack it out in 40 minutes and just put it on TV, straight to TV.
Yeah.
Maybe it was straight, I think it was straight to TV if it was MTV.
That would make sense.
So
But
I mean, not to say, I think this film had its charms.
It did.
I was charmed by the puppets and the bits with the cockroaches, but other than that, and as I said, there was some creative editing choices. Like I really like the gag with when he's talking to the head of the urinal cake factory, and the gag with the clock, and as he's like asking questions about his mum to Joe, and we just see the clock just pass time really, like kind of like every cut the clock has like a massive time difference.
Yeah,
that made me giggle.
I think they worked with the editing and some shots and like there was a lot of really nice moments within this sort of messy pile of whatever it was. But another big issue I have is the fact that the cockroaches are the best part of the film.
Yeah.
But the novelty does wear off.
Yeah. It's the Alvin and the Chipmunk voices. I think it's the kind of like...
It gets
kind of
annoying.
voice. Yeah, it gets annoying. And the cockroaches themselves, while charming, aren't particularly funny.
They kind of got more of a range of voice actors as well.
Yeah,
be more interesting.
They're kind of just riffing a little bit. They're kind of just like reacting to whatever Joe does and going like, "Hey, Joe."
They're just sort of ad-libbing.
Yeah. Go get him, Joe. Like it's like little like they're kind of just there to like prod, but they don't actually do anything other than that.
They feel like they should be a comic relief, sporadic element in a much different film.
Yeah.
Like, they should have just been like, oh, this is the funny cockroaches that appear a few times in this film with a completely different set of characters and script and a different main focus other than the cockroaches.
Yeah. Again, whenever the cockroaches are on screen and they're singing a little song or they're inhabiting like the environment, I find it really charming. They have some good moments. Like I like the bit with when Joe tries to kill the cockroaches and he exits a door and immediately enters dressed as Rambo. I like that little... There's some fun stuff going on.
But again, that feels like a moment in a short comedy sketch.
Yeah, it feels like a string of sketches.
Yeah. But we've seen that be done better. Like Hundreds of Beavers has that kind of feel, but it's done so well.
He's done it so much better,
But with here, it's like, it's a few good sketches in the midst of a plotline you don't give a shit about.
Well, the thing is, with comparing it to Hundreds of Beavers kind of makes sense, because obviously the cockroaches play an almost similar role to the beavers, but yet the beavers are a lot more funny and charming, and they don't get old quickly. They've
got no annoying voice.
They've got little like squeaks and that, but the cockroaches, it's the Alvin and the Chipmunks voice.
Yeah.
That does it completely. That it gets so... Sorry, just give me like a regular voice. Just give me an interesting voice actor.
Yeah.
And I think that would work a lot better, I think. Sorry, for those listening, if a couple of really cute dogs just kind of walk past us and said hello. So, because we are in public, and the public is also here.
I love it. That's a very fun element. I was going to make a point then, but it just completely took away because I saw a cute dog.
That's how it usually goes. I think. We talked about the voices. I think. I think get some interesting variation with voice actors, and don't Alvin and the Chipmunks it. Yeah. I think the cockroaches would be funny if they had normal voices.
Yeah.
If the camera is on a cockroach, I don't need a squeaky voice to tell me they're a cockroach, because like the camera's on them and I can tell who's talking.
You can see the cockroaches, and they don't have to all sound the same as well. But one thing that was just unforgivable is the big final thing of the film, where they say about these cockroaches is they transform this empty lot into
the beautiful park,
an entire park, whilst Joe's sleeping. And I know it's a comedy and it's a bit silly.
Yeah, that ending happens so quickly.
That, like, talk about a writer getting stuck trying to work out how do
we end the film?
He's asleep and the cockroaches make a park, and that, like, it's just. I don't know. Like, it's not funny either.
No, it's not even. There's not even like Joe doesn't even work. Joe just gets given everything in this film, and then he's I'm so down on my luck. I can't get anything. And he gets given a rent-controlled apartment where he pays like £50 a month. He gets given a job at the urinal factory because his mum knows the boss, and he gets given the park because of the cockroaches. He's just a bit of a. He's not a great main character, is he?
It's just a shit film.
It's weird because I watched the film and I was like, it's quite charming, and I was like, now we're talking about it, maybe it wasn't as good as I was going to rate this film quite high, not high, but almost as like a kind of hidden gem.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to do that anymore.
I'm so sorry for ruining the love of this film.
You ruined Joe's apartment for
It's just the novelty of the cockroaches wore off so quick, and they're kind of perverted, and they're overpowered, and just nothing of note happens. And the jokes aren't funny enough.
It's weird that I get that they're gross from like a... Did your camera just die?
Yeah. We're back.
The camera died on us. This is going really swimmingly, this episode. We've had random dog walk in, and that's going to be in the episode, and then the camera's died. Yeah. This is our most interesting, like, outside episode.
This episode's been a lot more interesting than Joe's apartment, hasn't it?
We're going to get mugged in one of these episodes. On camera. Someone's going to come run in, grab the camera, and run off.
The first ScreenBugs fight scene. Holy shit.
ScreenBugs fight.
Anything to pad this one out, eh?
Yeah. I mean, this film is an hour and a half, and that felt too long. I mean,
yeah, it's
a weird one because I did enjoy watching this film, but I didn't enjoy it because it was a really good film.
Yeah,
it's almost a so bad it's good movie, but it is also a little bit bad at the same time. It just feels it's not particularly remarkable other than the cockroaches.
I feel like this kind of film with its plot could have worked if the jokes were more consistently bangers.
Yeah, this is the thing with the cockroaches. Like, obviously I get they're gross and they're grimy, but to make them, like, their personality, like, gross and they're kind of a bit, like, perverted and a bit vulgar works. Can work, but they're all just like commenting, like, fucking Joe's talking about, this girl, she's really pretty and I'm really excited. And all of the cockroaches would be like, banger. And that's it. There's no like interesting they're just gross perverts, and it's like you could have them be like physically gross but give them a defining personality. Don't just make them disgusting little creatures. Like, have one that's like, he's a bit more like, I may be gross, but I'm actually quite posh and quite well spoken.
There was certainly some untapped potential.
Yeah, I feel like I'm not saying a remake is in order because I can't imagine it would do any differently. Like, it would be any better. But I reckon if someone gave it another go... If this didn't exist and someone else did it, it would probably be...
It could have been done better.
That is a massive fucking dragonfly. Can you see that? Flying around.
No. Well, yes, I can.
God, there's so many interesting things going on today on this episode.
This camera's got 4 minutes of storage left.
4 minutes of storage? All right.
So we're going to have to wrap
it up quickly.
It's that time of the episode.
This is going to be the shortest episode because we just don't have... loads to say about this film, I think, which is fine.
And neither does the camera.
Neither does the camera. All right, this is the time of the episode where we give the film legs. 1 to 100. 1, we hated it. 100, we really liked it. Do you want to go first, Justin? Did you just hate this film? Which is not great.
Yeah, you go first.
I'll go first.
Go first.
I think this film was very charming. It has its charms, and I liked it. I liked elements of it. It's not perfect. It's too long, and it's not even a long film. The human characters I don't really care about, but I appreciate the effort that went into the film. Like, you can tell that the puppeteers, the animators, the camera people and that had a good time, and they put a lot of effort into it. That doesn't salvage it, but I recommend if the concept sounds interesting to you, go watch it. You'll probably enjoy it. It's not a good film. It's not a bad film. It's meh. It's not so bad it's good either, sadly. It has its charms. I think it's a little bit of a hidden gem, but maybe a really small gem. Maybe like a
small, slightly dirty gem.
A small, slightly dirty gem. So I'm going to give it like a nice, 45? I think not particularly remarkable. It wasn't shit. I had a fun time watching it, and it had a charm. Like, I really liked the final song, the churchy song with the roaches. That was really charming and a good send-off to the film. So I think that carried me through, I think.
Sure. I enjoyed it less than you did. I think there was some good editing stuff. There was some cool cinematography here and there. The cockroaches were charming for the first 10 minutes. I liked the opening song, but after that the song's like, another song. And they were quite long.
That toilet and a towel.
And I just spent the film being kind of annoyed with it that it was still going on. And the jokes weren't funny enough to really maintain it as a comedy, and the characters were not interesting. So I'm gonna give this film 5 legs.
5.
I really
That's
did
like
not
the
like this
lowest
film.
you've given a film.
By far.
Oh my god, you hated
I was
this.
thinking 10 until I got to this very moment. I was like, do I even want to give it 10?
Oh my god, I'll have to
I would
recommend.
never watch this film again in my life.
Oh my god, that's very interesting. Actually, I mean, it's not like we're just shitting on it. To be fair, we've given our pros and cons. But yeah, go look.
The short's good.
Yeah.
Go watch the short.
I mean, go watch the film. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. It's an hour and a half. Like,
Yeah.
if you don't like it, it's not the end of the world. You'll find the time again. So, I recommend it, but even just as a laugh, I think. That's why we watched it, because we were going to do this episode ages ago, but then we just never did. So this is a kind of like backlog, almost.
You know what I've got to say to this film, Kai?
What's that, Justin?
Buzzer!